How did Maurice Campbell get it?
You think I asked?
So now they want me to go.
The way she expressed it is that she wanted you to stay if you could come to your senses.
Come to my senses.
Obey to them.
I'll swallow a lie when I have to. I've swallowed a few big ones lately. But the stacked games, that lie, it's what ruined this department. I looked Caucasian in the eye. I shook his hand. I asked him if he was for real. This is the lie I can't live with. If I do, then Maurice has me in her pocket whenever she wants me. And I'll look good to anyone like that.
Withdraw for personal reasons or health reasons. Whatever. You got your law degree. Not gonna starve.
Hey, I wonder where you was.
I didn't know if I should come out on this here.
Why the fuck not?
What's making you tell Daniels?
I'm glad you're telling them.
It's going to be done.
Yes.
Anyway, it's great being on the job with y'all.
For what?
They're not gonna be mad. Yes.
I have if you want.
You think we need to do it? So I guess I did. You coming?
He's going back.
It's our time. Mine's and yours. But instead of just shutting up and kicking in, you're gonna stand there crying that back in the day shit. There's just the street and the game and what happened here today. Right?
And it's always gonna be just about that.
When it was my uncle, I was with my uncle. When it was Marlo, I was with him. But now, nigga,
You talk too much.
What the fuck you do that for? Now we short the 9.
Joe.
You know the
This
truth.
sentimental motherfucker just cost us money.
He cost you money, but he gave you back your power as a co-op, you know, the true one. Front page. I'm so proud you're so proud. Your front page. Look at him, he looked so great. She got fired?
The Carroll County Bureau? That's how they punish me? Why not just send my ass all the way to Pennsylvania?
I didn't tell him about the notepad. I left that part out.
I told him. When I heard you were in trouble, I went to Whiting. Did he make all of it up? The calls
Yes.
from the killer? The pictures?
Yes.
Some, not all.
You did the right things, Alma, and I'm so sorry that we're not rewarded for it, on the contrary.
You'll write your way out of Carroll in no time, watch.
About as fast as you edit your way off the copy desk, huh?
Glad I got to do this, please. Who's the rest of the team? Thank you, sir. Just start pumping up so that we'll get some out. It's on WBAL today. Simply leaving for family reasons.
I'm glad for you, Carver, and I'm proud of you, Daniels. You really did it. Congrats, Carver, congrats. I'm proud of you. I'm not crying, you are. Why do I have the impression to know the place?
There you go. Give him fuck, man. It's your turn to give a fuck. Bling us lost.
The statue and oh, it was not the first thing that we had? No.
Make sure you don't step on that shell casing behind you.
I'm gonna take my shell case behind the brick on the side. I'm gonna step back and take my damn shell case now. I'm off with the letters. No.
All I'm saying is a phone call or two and you're gonna find out that they're getting some kind of pressure from somewhere to sit on this thing. Even though we tied 3 killings to this one. Does the police commissioner know him? He wouldn't know police work if he took down his front door on a warrant.
You're the new McNulty?
You know who you were talking to? Any project. Development around the harbor. He's someone you're gonna want to know well.
Marlo.
I'm not yet in a room with him alone.
You're gonna make business, Marlo, for real. Or maybe not, you know. Maybe you're not feeling it.
Do you know who I am?
Name's Vincent. Used to be Marlo's bank. Place.
You're gonna be the next Omar!
Shit. You're just a boy.
You're dead.
That's just unique. That's no business, gentlemen.
Is it weird for me to be proud of him?
But he like, you all think you be looking at? You, nigga. Do you know who I am? Nigga, you know who I am?
Oh, you miss that so much. You love that so much. You can't retire. You found him? It's gonna end like that? With you looking... Oh guys! We're gonna see a little scene for each one of you. Kill me now! I was about to cry for my guys. You raised him well. Bonjour! Bonjour! And here is... okay. I knew it, I knew it. At some point you're gonna be like, but you're gonna find a way out. Good judge, I'm proud. That's all that I needed. Really, I just needed that. For Omar! For Omar! I knew it, like, Baltimore is gonna stay Baltimore. Oh, I love these places. What you did, McNulty, didn't change the city. But it's okay. You're bringing him back home. I have the impression that I cried. No, it's not just an impression. I cried way more for the previous episode than this one, but I think that it was on purpose, you know. Like, I think that the writers wrote the end of this season like that to be sure that they would have the time for this final episode to close everything. I knew that they couldn't close, you know, the drug business aspect, that they would leave things open, because it's like that, and because this show is telling that thing since the beginning, you know, since the first season. They are saying that this drug business is never gonna end, that you can try to catch these guys, that some of them can get killed, no matter what, at the end someone is gonna replace them. And really, the end of this episode is giving that, you know, as an answer, and is leaving things open, and is saying that someone is gonna replace all of the ones who disappeared. Like Marlo, in fact, should have retired, but he can't. It's not like him, so he's gonna come back into the business. So that balance, you know, that maybe the co-op they found together by eliminating Cheese, you know, the one who wanted to lead everyone because he was the only one of the Marlo's team left. No, it's not gonna happen. Like, the co-op is not gonna lead just like that because Marlo is gonna be back, so we're gonna have a war again. And yes, all of them are gonna get replaced. Like, Michael is gonna be the next Omar, because for sure Michael can't just go like walk freely, you know, into these streets. They all know that he killed Snoop, and people are searching for him to kill him. People are working for Marlo, and Marlo now is gonna get back into the business. He's gonna want his head, and Michael is gonna want to do something against Marlo because Marlo tried to kill him through Snoop. So yes, Michael is gonna be the next Omar. Duquan is gonna be the next Bubbs. It's killing me. I saw it coming, I said it, you know, during the previous episode, the fact that he joined these guys, all of that thing, you know, about taking drugs now, being into the streets, all of that thing with Priz. I thought of it that Priz could intervene, I didn't know how. I was like, it could be a miracle. But he came back into the show only to see that Duquan was lying to him and just needed money, and discovering the lie, he still gave him money, but it's gonna be the last time that they're gonna meet each other. One day Duquan is gonna find a way out like Bubbs found one. Bubbs had his story, front page. He accepted it, you know, for his story to be told. Everyone told him that it was a good story, and no, it's not because he's special, even if he's really special for me, but it's really because his story represents so much, represents so well this city, you know, so he deserved it, and maybe his sister read it, and maybe because of that she decided that sometimes he can come to have dinner with them. Just that, you know, just to have this little moment at the end, it was enough for me to know that she accepted him with them a little. It's gonna take time, it's gonna be little things after little things, but Bubbs is clean now. He's gonna have to resist to that temptation for all of his life. When you're an addict, it's for life. But right now, he's clean, he's well, he's proud of himself, he's working, he's helping other people. He was leading that meeting the other time, you know, when he made that speech, and I'm pretty sure that he's gonna continue to lead these meetings, you know. This paper, you know, that this one gave him, it was almost like, I'm giving you that responsibility now. So Bubbs is doing so well, and he was looking so great, you know, with the sunglasses, after reading that article about him. He's proud of himself, and just that, it's making me even prouder of him. I love him so much. Kima and Bunk are the real deal, you know, the real detectives. They made their jobs right. Bunk didn't say the truth, you know, covered what McNulty was doing, at least he didn't say anything. Kima told the truth, and no one is mad at her because they know her, and it's okay, they knew that at some point it would come no matter what. And now both of them are gonna make cases together. I'm so proud of them also. And that place at the end, I had the impression that it was the same place than the first case, you know, season 1, with the witness case. no, maybe it's me who is going too far by making parallels like that. No matter what, you know, the cases are almost the same. You have no witness, you have nothing on that guy. Rhonda is a judge now. Daniels really didn't accept for Norris or anyone to command him, and he preferred to give up on that place, and now he's gonna be a lawyer like the other ones. I'm proud of Daniels, you know. I thought that maybe he could have accepted it, and I'm not sure that I would have blamed him for it, you know, like I would have understood. I wouldn't have agreed, but I would have understood, because we saw him fighting so much to take that place, and he covered these lies, you know, about the homeless case, so I was like, maybe he's gonna accept that thing in addition of all of that, but no, it was really the last thing that he could accept. Carver got a promotion, and I'm proud of him also because it's by doing a good job. Like I said, the evolution of Carver, beginning like that with Herc making a lot of mistakes, being a rat, betraying his team, and in fact being now someone who is leading a team, who is covering sometimes for them, accepting some lies for them, to protect them, to help them, but with certain limits because of his values and his moral compass. And again, maybe sometimes I'm not gonna be okay with what he's gonna do. I mean, if we would have continued to follow them, maybe sometimes I wouldn't have been okay with the lies that he would accept to cover, but I respect way more someone who has a moral compass, who has values, even if it's not the same than me, than someone who has none of that. And that's why I had so many issues with what McNulty and Lester did during this season. Them, their punishment, the fact that they could stay in the police, but they would have been buried, you know, into an obscure division, and in fact both of them, they refused. For Lester, it's not a surprise, because I think that he was close to retire, and you know, he had already the pawn shop division experience, like it was too much for him. For McNulty, it's a little surprise that he doesn't accept it, even if, you know, he had all of these moments on the boat, and after that at the Western District. Maybe, yes, it was too much for him also to ask him to redo something like that. I don't know what he's gonna do right now. Maybe he's gonna be a private. I can imagine him doing something like that. I'm glad that right there he decided to search for this guy, and that he's gonna bring him back home to his family, because his family didn't deserve all of what happened to them. That was so unfair. It's not repairing what he did to that guy, because again, remember that he stole his identity, like he put him into that case, that fake case. He lied about him, he tortured in a way his family that was awful, so it can't repair it, but at least right now you're doing something great, and okay, it's a good closure for that. He's gonna be with BD, who accepted him back. That fake death funeral moment with all of the other cops was fun, and they got me really just at the end with it, because I knew that he was not dead. You know what BD said, all of that thing about the day when you're gonna die, no one is gonna be there for you and all, and you'll see that all of what you needed is to really have a family. And right there, he's not dead, but he's gonna be dead for them, like he's not gonna be into the police anymore. And for now, they celebrated him and all, but in 10 years, how many of them are gonna remember him, are gonna be there, you know, to have a drink with him and all? BD was right, only family counts at the end, and he's gonna have her and his family, her kids, his kids. Oh! The journalist, Templeton, he had a price. They all know that he lied, and they accepted it. And the editor was not fired, but he was put into an obscure division. His little... I don't know how to say it in English, like... The journalist that he raised took his place, I think. It's so cool. You can be proud of him. And no matter what, you stayed into the newsroom, and I think that into a newsroom like that, with how they are functioning and all, I think that this editor, Gus, is still gonna make a good job because people are gonna continue to respect him, to listen to him, to ask him for some advices, and him is such a good journalist that he's gonna continue to meet people like that, to try to find the right informations. So I'm not really worried about him and what is gonna happen to him at the end. You know, he can evolve. Like Alma, I'm so proud of her because she wants to defend Gus. She didn't have to do it, but she did it because, like for Kima, it was what seems right for her. So she did it. They put her somewhere else, and I'm so sorry for her, but she's a good journalist, so at the end, she's gonna be alright. And no matter what, she's gonna be alright because she did what needed to be done and what is right and what is okay for her, so she can be only proud of her, you know. But Temperton, oh, I wanted another conclusion for him. But the fact is, you know, that into that newsroom, okay, your superiors, they are proud of you, they are proud of that price that you brought them, but no one into this newsroom is gonna respect you because a lot of them, they know that you are bad and that you lied. I said it, I was a journalist, and even, you know, into the newsroom in which I worked, you always have that journalist that no one is respecting, no one is considering. Everyone found his papers not so interesting, not so well, but you don't know why. Superiors are considering him and are paying him way too much. Yes! In each newsrooms, I worked for a lot of different newspapers. In each newsrooms that I worked in, you always have that guy. And you don't know what happened. Sometimes, you know, you're suspecting like, it's not possible, like that guy, he knows something about the superiors for them to accept that, you know, to give him so much and that place, you know, into the newsroom when already he's not doing anything and he's so bad at his job. Or maybe it can be something like that also sometimes. At some point, for their own interest, they protected him and now they are screwed, they have to protect him forever. McNulty and Lester were punished for their lies, but not Temperton. On the contrary, he had a reward for it. Daniels had to give up on his job because it was not okay with his values, all of what Carcetti was asking him, but Carcetti is gonna be elected after that. On lies and on promises that he never respected. What have I said? Am I satisfied with this end? You know, I'm like, this is the last moment with you for The Wire. Am I satisfied with this end when I'm gonna think about this show, you know? In some months, when I'm gonna think again about The Wire, am I gonna feel sad? Am I gonna feel bad? Am I okay with this end? I'm okay with it because everything is logical, everything is realistic. A lot of characters made me proud, some ends made me sad, but these ends, these sad ones are logical. I'm thinking about Omar, I'm thinking about Duquan, I'm thinking about Randy, I'm thinking about Body. Yes, I'm not gonna give up on Body like that. Really, I asked myself the question again into my mind, are you gonna be okay with this end? And really, First picture that I had, it's Bubbs walking like that, being proud of himself, looking so great, so clean, with the sunglasses, with that newspaper into his pocket. That can be the picture that I'm gonna have each time that I'm gonna think about The Wire and the end of The Wire, and if I'm okay with it or not. And even the end, you know, for McNulty, looking at the city like that, and all of these places that we are seeing again, and that message made by the show about the fact that the story is repeating itself. I like it, that message, because it's a real one, it's the truth. Do you think that Omar, he had an hidden brother somewhere? Like now Michael is gonna have Bug who is gonna grow up without him somewhere? That, see? I can cry about it just to ask myself that question. For Omar, for Bug and for Michael. This is the end, guys. This is the last video for The Wire that I made on my channel. I hope that you appreciated the binge watching of the show that I made on my channel, these 5 seasons that we spent together. If you appreciated it, if you want and if you can thank me on my Patreon, you know, by subscribing, even if it's just for 1 month, you know, just a little help for the month, only €5, and you have access to all of the videos for The Wire, all of the extended reaction part. And yes, it can be a good way to tell me, hey, that was great, thank you for it. No matter what, if you can't, I totally understand it, and you can just give me a like right down on YouTube and tell me on the comments that it was a cool journey that we had together. It's still gonna make me smile, you know. I'm never gonna see Bubbs again. Yes, it's making me sad. I want a spin-off of Bubbs. I was gonna say I can pay for it. No, I have no money, so I can't pay for it. I just asked you, you know, to help me with my channel. That's subscribing to my Patreon, so clearly I have not the money to pay for an entire spin-off about Bubbs. But for those of you who are following me for other shows, animes and all, you know that I can have a powerful imagination and I can change stuff, you know, into my mind. And since all of that, like, my mind is so powerful that I can decide right now that Duquan never took drugs. Yes, he lived into the streets for some times, but he never took drugs. My mind is powerful enough, you know, if you're asking me the question in some months, maybe I'm gonna tell you that. So right now, I'm like, maybe my mind is that powerful that I can imagine and write that entire spin-off into my mind about Bubbs. For sure it's gonna be the next leader, you know, of these meetings. And at some point, in some years, he's gonna be Duquan's mentor. No, because Duquan, we just said it, he never took drugs. Randy! Also, he's gonna help Randy at some point. No! That was a cool end. I loved it. Tell me what did you think about it right now, but also for sure, the first time that you watched it, I don't think that your opinion changed, you know, between the first time that you watched it and right now. Tell me what did you think. Tell me what do you think about this end for Bubbs, for Marlo. Is he gonna come back? Are they gonna accept him? All of that. Tell me that. Okay, it's all for you and for me, for this episode, for this season, and for this show, for The Wire. That was something. If you can be interested to stay with me for other shows, other animes, check my channel. I have a playlist for each show, each anime I'm reacting to or I reacted to. And maybe the next show that I'm gonna react to is gonna interest you, so subscribe if it's not already done. Stop! I need to stop. I wish you the best, guys, and I will see you for another show, another anime.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? Great.